The period from 1757 to 1857 marked a turning point in Indian history as British colonial rule began to take hold. It all started with the Battle of Plassey in 1757, when the East India Company, led by Robert Clive, defeated the Nawab of Bengal. This victory gave the British control over Bengal, one of India's wealthiest regions, and laid the foundation for their dominance. Over the next few decades, the East India Company expanded its control through military conquests, alliances, and treaties. By the early 19th century, large parts of India were under British influence. The doctrine of lapse, introduced by Governor-General Lord Dalhousie, further consolidated British power. This policy allowed the British to annex any Indian state where the ruler died without a direct male heir. The economic impact of colonial rule was devastating. India, once known for its thriving textile industry, was reduced to an exporter of raw materials. British policies imposed heavy taxes on farmers, which led to widespread poverty and frequent famines. The drain of wealth from India to Britain became a source of growing resentment. Socially, colonial rule disrupted traditional systems. The British introduced Western education, legal systems, and a new class structure, which created divisions within Indian society. The introduction of English as the language of administration and education further distanced the ruling elite from the general population. However, it also sparked a wave of Indian intellectuals who would later fuel the freedom movement. Religious tensions began to rise as British interference in cultural practices grew. The introduction of social reforms, like banning sati and promoting widow remarriage, while progressive, were seen by many as an attack on Indian traditions. The discontent eventually culminated in the Revolt of 1857, also known as the First War of Indian Independence. Soldiers, or sepoys, rebelled against the British after a series of incidents, including the use of animal fat in cartridges, which offended both Hindu and Muslim religious beliefs. The uprising spread quickly across northern and central India, but the British were able to suppress it within a year. Though the revolt failed, it marked a significant shift in British policy. In 1858, the British Crown took direct control of India from the East India Company, leading to nearly a century of direct British rule, known as the Raj. This century-long experience of colonialism left a lasting impact on India, shaping its political, economic, and social fabric. The seeds of resistance, however, were already sown and would grow into the larger independence movement that followed.